What up, gang? How you guys doing today, man? How you guys doing? Jane Bond, Home Depot, what up, man? Jay Kings, good to see ya. Hello, hello. Andrew, what up, man? Haha, Jay Kings. We're glad you made it, man. Son, so how's it going, man? Thanks. I needed a haircut. I was overdue. I literally just walked into like the first barber I saw and I just took a haircut. Needed it bad today. Nom noms, good to see you, man. MDC, what up, man? Ergonomics, Bass Trades, TML, what up, what up? Paris, Luck, what up? JTP. Yeah, what a move, man. I caught a good chunk of this on some evals, but no funded success today, actually. I made some silly mistakes off the open. I appreciate J Kings. I appreciate it. Andrew qualified for the first max payout with Lucid. Right on, dude. Right on. Congrats. Shout out to Andrew for that payout. Jazza, what up, man? Dang Nguyen, yo, yo. Lance, good to see ya. Arthur, what up, what up? Sanshin. Thank you, Sanchin. Appreciate it. Sir Mamba, what up, man? Stop loss, papi. Trying some 50K. Nice, nice. I assume you're talking about the. Are you talking about the daily ones? You said lives. I assume the daily payouts, or you were rocking the origins. Sup, Nintendo? BL Trades. What's up, man? Rye guy. What up? What up? YH. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Hey, man. I'm all about having the half cup full mentality, man. Half cup full mentality. I'm gonna take a small trade here. Actually, I'm gonna go longs here. Small contract size, by the way, here, guys. We're gonna risk about what, $600. We're gonna target. Let's see. You know what? I'll just go for 1R for now. I'm not gonna go for too much. Yeah, man. Hey, man, it's keeping the positive energy alive, man. You gotta. Life's too short for us to be down in the dumps, dude. I'll talk a little bit about some of that mental stuff today too, because I actually, I'm sure you guys have heard all about the Alpha Futures things and fiasco going on right now. After I saw that come out, I immediately made a phone call to one of my students because I knew he was impacted by that, and I wanted to make sure that mentally he wasn't about to do something that he was going to regret and you know, impact things, right? So, but I'll chat on some of that psychology stuff later on, guys. Noms, way to make it all back. Way to make it all back. Yeah, the account that I had earlier with Top Step, I didn't have much drawdown left in those Top Step funded, so I did blow them actually today. So, was hoping for a little bit stronger of a retracement off the open, but we didn't get it. Hey, MDC working on a scalp strategy. I like that. I like that. I've been doing the same actually for the past month. Been playing with a few things. What's up, Alex? K&Q, man. What up? Pedro, what's up, man? I am Mr. Davis. Sup. Zach, good to see you, man. Tony Gold, great trade, great opportunities, man. Johanna from South Africa, what up, man? Paris Luck, you're new and you just trying to pass your 25K. Hey, right on, man. Which prop firm are you trading with right now, man? Gustavo, what up, man? Ended up burning the intraday account, man. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, you know, intraday trail and draw accounts are not easy, right? They're definitely not easy to manage. I don't blame you. Why you don't buy now, Abdul? I'm in a long right now, my man. The instance. Oh, okay, you got the instant accounts. Got it, man. Hey, nice work, man. Let's lock in some payouts with that. I mean, technically, not saying that you have to only do 4 trading days, but in theory, in 4 trading days, you can lock in a payout, which is pretty solid. Oh, Alex, I know there's still a little bit of glitches on the visual fronts with StoneX. I know, but you know what? One of the things, I don't know if you caught it in the Discord, one of the things they talked about was, like, you know, when that Trump tweet happened on, I think it was Friday, a lot of people actually had slippage and lost their accounts actually when that move happened. StoneX actually surprisingly was very solid. From what I heard, people who were trading on StoneX who was in a position actually managed to lock in their stop loss properly. So that's some pro to that, I guess, right? Nom noms, let's go. I'm not shooting for a lot right now because this account has already done enough damage as it is on the day, and I really don't want to overshoot just because consistency rules and all. I'll show you guys the profits later on, as I always do, though. Got my 10 for 50k day funded up, looking good so far. Hey Johnny, right on, man. Congrats. Good work. Good work. Good morning, Devon, Contrad, Mr. Opinion. What's up, man? Baljeet. Nice, nice. Yeah, build out that playbook. Paris Luck guy. I know the platform may be Tradevate, but what prop firm are you with, my friend? That's what I was kind of curious about. Yeah, Tradevate lagged for a lot of people there. Nice work, Alex. Up $1,500 on the eval already. Good work. 100%, man. Code rake, man. Code rake. If you're going to use a code anyways and you're tuning into the stream, man, use code rake, guys. It means a lot to us, man. Helps us out. Blink, that's specifically to the StoneX program that I'm using right now. So you see in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see it says StoneX Live. So some people might think this is like a paper account. It's not. StoneX Live, they're very similar to Top Step X, where you can actually see the bracket orders when you drag and drop them, which is really cool. Lucid, hey, nice pick, man. Paris Love, nice pick. Lucid's definitely one of the go-to prop firms out there, man. I had a really good time trading with those guys, to be honest, during the sim funded phase. They're amazing. Yeah, I needed a fresh cut, man. I needed it. I was getting really furry. Code rake, guys. Code rake. Right on. Appreciate the support, gang. Nikki, man. It's been a while. Good to see you. I caught the open, Nikki, but not in the good way. I actually blew my Top Step accounts on that. I was trying to catch a retracement on the long, and I just missed it, not by too much. I was really thinking that we'd get a little bit more of a move, but I missed it. And then obviously the Tokyo move happened, which that came after the fact, which I caught that on some evals, and I caught some shorts on my evals as well. So as far as funded goes, though, funded not too great today, but I'm okay with that. I've locked in some good payouts from last week, so keeping my head up high. I think that for a lot of you guys might be a little bit new to the stream. I do have a methodology with how I trade prop firms, and my thought process has always been to pay yourself. Actually, I mean, I carry that actually from the options days. When I used to trade options, that was the same thought process, and it's because Jake Ricci always reminded me back then, if the money's not in your account, it's not real. If your money is always in your account, your trading account, and it's not in your bank account, it's always at risk, right? And so I have always taken that thought process of making sure that I take my money always, right? So yeah, even though I blew quite a few fundeds and all that stuff over the course of the week and so, I've made up enough payouts that it makes sense. And so for those who are kind of learning and kind of why I'm saying what I'm saying, think about it this way. Hypothetically, let's just say that I had 10 funded accounts and that costed me, say, I'll go in the higher end. Let's just say each account was $300. That means that 3 times 10 accounts, that's $3,000 in cost expenditures on accounts, okay? If I was to get even $500, just say $500, I'm just gonna keep it low end. If I could make $500 outside of the 10 accounts, that's still $5,000. So I'm already net positive. So in the worst case scenario, by the way, I got my TP there. In the worst case scenario, even if I were to blow my accounts, I'm still net positive. You know what I mean? And if this is where my business mindset comes in, guys, because you guys may not know, but I'm a very big business. That's my background, right? So I look at everything as cash flow, margin, all that type of stuff, right? And again, I won't go into too much detail on that, but that's just give you guys a little bit of perspective on that note. Yeah, that was a pretty banging long entry. As you can see here, I had a channel at the bottom here, which we respected. So again, I only want to catch a little bit of that trade, gang. I wasn't looking for a great deal because so on this account, actually, I can even show you on the dashboard as well. Give me 1 second. I just got to log into my 10-4 dashboard here. Where is it? There you go. So I'm going to switch over right now just so that you guys can see what I'm referring to. Okay, gang? So give me 1 second here, please. Apologies. Where's my thingy? So you guys can see here right now, I'm up 3K already. So after that trade I just took, I'm up 3K right now, right? So if you look at my trading calendar, right? My trading calendar already shows you that one of my biggest day was 3K. So from a consistency rule perspective, I don't want to do more than 3K a day. It's just too much. And just so that you guys know, the account that I'm using right now, this is a 25K instant funded account. So this is like the direct payout, live payout, whatever account that I have. So I had already secured my payout. As you guys know, I talked about this on stream. I talked about this on Instagram already. When I first got this account, I managed to lock that in, then later on, I locked this in, and then I requested for my $1,000 payout, which was one of 6 payouts I've taken already. And then afterwards, I took a trade again, obviously, after I requested the payout, which is why it shows that there's more than $300 this day. And then the following day, I had a banger day, $3,000 in profits, right? Friday wasn't so hot, but I managed my risk very well. As you can see, I was only down 122 bucks. So I still managed my risk well on this day. And then today, coming into the session, I've locked in another 3K already. So for me, yes, could I have held that long for longer? Yes, I could have, but I really don't want to overshoot here. Basically, at this point in time, I just need to lock in 2 more days of 3K, and I'd be able to request for another payout, right? So I'm just kind of sharing a little bit about, like, obviously kind of how I manage some of my accounts, my thought process around things. But anyways, that's just for the transparency of the account that I just took, and I'll also show you guys here. Give me 1 second, just so that you guys know I'm not like, you know, blowing smoke here. I mean, I know you guys trust me just because I've been so transparent in all my streams. But just so that you guys know I'm not blowing smoke up your butts here. Give me 1 second here. You can see that this account here, 31963 account, right? I'll switch over to my trading view. You can also see here. Actually, it's a little bit higher, so it might be a little bit lagging on the registry side. But you can see here, this is the same account that I have for my instant funded. It's a 25K instant funded account, and I've already locked in $3,000. You can see in the bottom here, $3,000 on the day. So anyways, that's from me catching the short majority of it, and then I had a little bit of room left, and I wanted to see if it catches bounce move to the upside, which I did, right? We've had a solid bounce here so far. Just so, you know, for those who are kind of just hopping in right now, I mean, we've already had, based on our entry point, we've already had a total of a 46-point move off of entry. No, it was better than that. Sorry, let me give you a second here. It was here. This was the entry. We're already at 59 points off that long entry that I just took. So I'm good. I'm leaving this as is, guys, for now. I want to chat with you guys. I'll hop into more trades later on. I'm not in any eagerness right now, so just anyways, that's that. So just catching up with this chat here. Yeah, Nikki, 100%. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it, man. What's going on, Preppy? Jerry's in. Good to see you, man. Stop loss copy. So I don't know actually how to copy trade on 10-4. I don't, because I don't normally copy trade, so I never got around to actually learning it. You might have to just reach out to someone from the Discord. I don't know how to use it. I know it's like in the dashboard and it functions together, but that's as much as I know about it. Looking for a payout on 5 looseness this week. Took 1 bad trade with no stops. Just a good bit of progress. Size down the same long as you made. Just size down a little bit. Oh well. Hey, BL Trades. Hey man, get some good self-reflective thoughts, man. Just keep working on that discipline, my friend. Yeah, drop some likes on the stream, guys. Some thumbs up on the stream. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, Preppy. Philanthropist, what's up? What's up? Bahala. Yeah, I don't trade CFDs. That's not really my cup of tea, Valhalla. I trade futures prop, or I trade options on my personal account. Those kind of the only 2 realms I trade in. But I'll talk a little bit more about that later on, though. I'll build on that thought process. I think the big topic about alpha futures that's going on right now, I will definitely speak to that because I know there's a lot of questions, and I'll share my opinion. And honestly, hopefully for those who have been following me for long enough now, you guys know now why my philosophy in trading props is the way that it is, right? So anyways, I'll dive into that more after the chart review. I don't trade fair value gaps, go Harali, so I wouldn't be able to speak to that too much. But I do think that this is a good bounce spot for retracement. I'm out already at this point in time. I would be very careful with how much we retrace up to. I would probably, like, the farthest I would shoot is the top of this channel here at 787, and that's a big if. I would probably trim along the way personally. Daily buys, philanthropist. I actually do this every single stream. I do that on my chart review for the past 13 weeks of streaming. That's all I do, as I talk about how I kind of look for my bias. So if you've been, I think you've been on the stream, so I think you know already by now how I do it. Thank you, Sam. Kamya, what's up, man? Holding some runner nom-noms, of course you are. I don't know which ones are offered in Indonesia for you, Adrian, so I wouldn't be able to help you with that, man. But my go-to props are Tradeify and Lucid. I think they're one of the tried and true tested prop firms out there. I trade with Take Profit Trader a lot as well, just because I like the way that they function, even as long as you can get over the intraday trailing. And the 10-4 is just the newer prop firm that just came out, so I've been talking about them just because I've been experimenting with their props as well. For someone new, man, if you're, I think regardless of your account, if you're new, trade micros, man. Trade micros. And especially with the 25K account, you probably don't want to risk too much. 2 to 3 micros is more than enough damage. Mama trades, yeah, I do 150K. 150K to 50K is actually where I primarily dedicate my time when it comes to prop accounts. I dabble with 25Ks when I go with the instant funded, and that's more so because that's how I trial it with certain prop firms. But normally, as soon as I get my rhythm going with them, I immediately hop right back into the 50s and 150Ks, just because I like the drawdown. ADHD, my man. Yeah, I needed a fresh cut, man. Yeah, this is kind of the reason why I don't want to overshoot my for a long retracement here, right? Like, I was very happy with where I took mine. What's the closest firm to TPT when it comes to fast withdrawal, but with the intraday drawdown? Honestly, daily payout accounts, man. I mean, My Fund of Futures, they have their daily payout accounts. They're called rapid accounts. You can do that with code RAKE as well for their discounts. And then Tradeify has their select daily payout accounts as well. You can also use code RAKE for that. I think they're 40% off right now as well. So if you guys want to take a stab at those, that would be it. Excuse me. But I think those would probably be the best options, man. Dan Nguyen, my best advice to you right now with what you're going through about your negative, just, I know you're in the negative, you're trying to build it back up. Just don't let the mindset of I need to make it back hurt you. Okay? Like, just don't overtrade because of it. Like, that's you hear this all the time. Everybody in the chat can probably say the same thing and agree to this. Almost every person gets to the last day of payout and they always screw themselves over because of all the stuff that they tell themselves, right? So just make sure you trade your plan, man, okay? That's all I can say to you. I draw all my resistance, supports, and all that stuff, including channels, levels, all that. I draw them all on larger time frames. They're basically support and resistance spots, man. Lakshmi, welcome to my stream here. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, code RAKE, man, code RAKE. Thank you. I've answered some of these questions already, so I'm just skipping them. Best prop firms, Tradeify, Lucid, tried and true. I trade Take Profit Trader, I like them. Yeah, so it depends, Valhalla, what the end game is, right? Like, some people want to be moved live. Like, they want to get to the live capital stage. But yeah, you're right. I think that in a lot of cases, daily payout accounts are limited. And they have to be, right? For the business model to work, they have to do it that way. Otherwise, you go for those select accounts. It's the same thing. When people have been asking me about 10-4, which account should I go for? Daily or Origin? Origins are basically like the select plans. I would go with the Origins if you're trying to maximize the amount of payouts that you want to get over a period of time. I went with the daily because naturally I want to just, my biggest thing when I work with a new prop firm is I want to see if they even pay. Like, that's the biggest thing for me, because if they're not going to pay, I don't want to spend 5-10 days trading an account just to find out that they're not going to pay me at the end of the day, right? So that's the reason why that was the first account I bought with 10-4, was I need to see if I could get paid, which, as I've talked about, I've been paid 6 times by them already. So I do know it works at the very least, right? Because that's always the biggest concern when we're trading with prop firms. But yes. Johnny, man, hey, John Nguyen, that depends on like what you like about a prop. What I like about StoneX so far is the bracket orders, the drag and drop, the see the values, all of that. That's what I've been really liking about it. I never really cared for Tradeibate. I only use Tradeibate through TradingView. I've never actually traded off the Tradeibate platform itself, so I can't really speak to that too much. Andrew, so you know who I am, obviously, from just our past conversations and your significant other's relationship with me as well. Yeah, I'm a business person, so no matter what, I'm in a very different space compared to most people. So naturally, expenses are going to be written off for me. How does gold look? I haven't gone through the trade review yet, but I will go through in a bit here, though. I will go through that in a little bit. So now that it's kind of crazy. We're already it's already 10:20. So I'm just gonna put this here really quickly. So I'm gonna stop answering questions for a little bit here because I do want to hop into the trade review with the gang here. So I already locked in my scalp trade, 3K on this account, so I'm done for now. I guess I'll get started here, guys. Welcome to Project 365. My name's Alan. Azheng Trades here, previously known as Uchiha Trades for those who've been following me for long enough. I am the guy that basically streams the pre-London session for Project 365. And what Project 365 is, there are 5 of us as hosts that are streaming throughout the year, 10 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. And so Ron G streams right before me. Some of you guys already know that. He streams the Asia session. And then we got Mr. Jake Ricci himself, who opens up the New York session, followed by Lamelli and Mitch, who trades the afternoon session. And so we do this every day. So whether you're new or whether you've been around the block for a little while, I think we've got something to offer you guys. We have different styles, even though our foundations are fairly the same. We have a lot of different styles in the way that we trade the market. So I think that there's something to be learned there. And we're covering off so many different time zones. I think no matter where you are, I think you're going to find some value into tuning this as well. I'm honestly surprised, and much love to those who are in North America who still tune into the stream, just because I know the time zone is absolutely horrendous for you guys to be hopping on this, but I appreciate it. But I know that there's a lot of you guys in Europe, in Asia, in Australia that tune into this as well. So much love and shout out to you guys. And thank you for, I don't know if this is week 13 or week 14 now. I'm starting to lose track of how many weeks we've been streaming, but it's been good thus far. So thank you for tuning into that. I am going to go through the NQ and the gold chart review, and I'm going to talk about basically how we've been trading and how we've been moving in the last little bit here. I don't know if I'll go over, I normally will always go over how we could have traded last time. I'll see how much I want to touch into that today, just based on the time that we have. I'll more so just focus on what are we looking at for today and why. So we'll kind of touch on that today. And then afterwards, as soon as I'm done with the chart review, I'll go back into the chat box and I'll engage with you guys. So because I usually have the slower session, I have more time to talk and connect with you guys. So I'll do my best to do that today with you guys as well. So for those who are asking questions right now in the chat, I'm not looking at it. I'm not intentionally ignoring you. I am just wanting to go through the chart review first and foremost and go through that. One of the conversations and topic I will talk about today is what news came out with Alpha Futures, because I know there's a lot of questions and concerns, and I'm going to give you my perspective as from a trader's lens, but I'm also going to give you a perspective from the business ends, from like a business consultant. Although I don't know the nuances of how prop firm is managed, I do know how business is managed. So I can imagine things that we look at, such as revenue, structure, costs, margins, those kind of things. I'm very familiar with that. So anyways, I'll share a little bit about that later on. But with that said, I'm going to get right into this. Let's hop into the NQ chart review. So let's take a look at the weekly. I always like to start off on the weekly time frame first. You can see here that we just locked in a pretty solid weekly failure to go lower. If you would still see the old pennant and stuff like that, you would see a lot here. I'm actually just gonna, give me a second here. Maybe I should just blow up the other. No, you know, I'll keep it at this. So you can kind of see here right now, we are pulling down and we're rejecting off a key area as well that we've talked about before. You know what? I do feel like I probably should change this over to another chart layout. Give me a second here, guys. Okay. I'm going to change it to another chart layout. Just because I have all my old stuff on here. The other one didn't have all that. So, all right. So you can kind of see here right now on the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, we are pulling back off a key area, and it's a channel and level that we've had on our chart for quite some time. You guys have been watching the stream. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm looking for us to actually find a hold somewhere in this area, and I'll talk about it exact when I zoom into the chart a little bit more. But based on last week, it would imply that we should continue to move forward. Should is obviously an assumption at this point in time. I don't like to predict the markets. I like to just react to what I see in the moment. But you know what? This retracement isn't a bad thing. I think that what we're going to try to see is if we can find a way to catch a long trade, whether it's now the London session or over the New York session, to see if we can catch a long trade to get some follow through off of last week's buy candle that we put in there. On the daily time frames as well, we also put in a nice bullish candle, failed to go lower candle. Now we have already engulfed the prior bar. Now, mind you, the candle hasn't closed. We've obviously got lots left to this before we even close out the New York session. But as of right now, it looks like we are pushing lower. And if you took a look at the hourly time frame as well, I mean, we've just been selling off this entire time. We haven't really had a good reason to believe that this was gonna stop based on how we're going. And if you take a look at it, if you guys remember this blue line was a pennant, right? It's our larger time frame daily pennant. And you can kind of see here that once we basically kind of failed this, we never really kind of went back up there. This hourly candle, you can see we tried to retrace, but we never found any buying strength to keep us going. So it does look like we're going to drop more here at this stage. Again, I don't like to speculate, but that's what it's looking like right now. Going into the smaller, even smaller time frames, essentially what I'm looking for right now, guys, is I'm trying to see if we can come back down towards the 29,533 level or the 29,441 level. I want to see if we can find some sort of bounce retracement here to see if we can go long. But again, we don't want to fight the intraday weakness right now. The market is obviously trending lower. You can kind of see here already earlier in the same way that I took my long off of the channel. You can see here on this chart, I have a slightly sharper channel than the one that you saw earlier. We basically ended up holding beneath this and we're kind of moving lower here, right? So I would honestly trade the trend if I was anyone else at this point. I wouldn't look for longs. And let me just take a look just to make sure I'm not missing anything. I would say if I were to look and see potentially where we could long, like, and this is like maybe, okay? Because we need to see what the market even presents itself. I do think this area. So between 441 actually to 371, this is the range. And I know you look at that, you're like, Alan, that's a freaking big range. Like, what am I supposed to do here? I'm just saying that's the range because honestly, if you were to visualize that, if I were to put landmines there, I'm essentially looking for one of those landmines to go off and say, okay, Alan, something's setting up here. It might be worth taking along here. So we'll see. But until then, I've got like a very bearish lens on the intraday session for NQ. So even though I made the comment that I would like for us to move higher later on in the day or later on in the week, it doesn't mean that's going to happen now. We could very likely just melt for much longer before we get there. So like I said, that's kind of what I'm looking for longs though down here. Until then, I would just trade this intraday weakness. The common answer is going to come, or question is going to come my way and say, oh, well, Alan, are you going to hop into the short right now? No. Those who have watched me trade long enough will know I will not hop into this long because I'd be chasing. I would like to see some sort of retest of resistance. So if we could put in a lower high in this, just around this channel area, yeah, maybe I'd be interested in dropping another short trade in here. But that would be kind of my thought process right now on the NQ. So yeah, anyways, so that's that. Hopping onto gold. Now I actually haven't updated my chart for gold all too much. Like some of it has, but I haven't updated everything. So, but I'll just kind of go over just from the bar by bar perspective. You guys know that I've been bearish on gold for probably, I don't even know how many weeks now, man. It's been quite a while, okay? And it hasn't proven me otherwise, right? Like it's the price action has been saying the same story as well. So I do think based on the way that our weekly bar is, because yeah, we may have had a failure, but it was still quite a bearish bar, and it looks like we're trying to fill that gap as well. I wouldn't be surprised over the course of this week if we actually end up coming back all the way down to this low 4,000 area on gold. So we'll see how this week plays out and whether it's going to present opportunities for us to do that. Daily bars opening up pretty weak as well. We've already engulfed the prior bars. I think that if we can take out this channel down here, the level 40.42 and this lower channel here 40.36.33, I do think we have a very, very good chance coming back and testing the low 4,000 area on gold. Hourly candles are the same, although we did have one look like an attempt to buy off the open. We essentially failed, and we've kind of been just pushing much lower down towards where we are now. So again, nothing about our candle analysis is telling us that we should be longing gold right now. We really should be just riding this trend. You can see here a very beautiful retest actually just here right off the opening of our stream. We rejected the VWAP, the 200 EMA, the 40.80 level. Like what a beautiful short opportunity here. Obviously I was talking and I took an NQ long earlier already, so I wouldn't have seen this, but a really solid short trade presented itself based on how I trade, as I always talk about on stream. And so, yeah, right now, man, no interest in longs. Could we maybe get a retracement bounce as we tag 4042 and this channel down here? I'd watch for that. But I'd be very cognizant about how much you would really hold for that. Again, the shorts are much stronger, and we're seeing that very clearly and evidently right now, both on the NQ and gold. And I know if you guys are just watching me, I'm peeking over because I got my chart with the FF indicator in the background here. So I sometimes we'll take a peek and see what that's doing over there. But we're also seeing the price of gold here right in front of us, and it's also looking super weak. So anyways, that's kind of my 2 cents right now. The sentiment overarchingly on gold is bearish, regardless of intraday or larger time. I'm super bearish on gold. So if there was an asset short, that would be the one, in my personal opinion. In terms of NQ wise, I'm bearish on the intraday session, but I'm like almost stalking for a long reversal, and it's gonna take a little bit of time, right? So we have to just kind of be patient about it. And for those who are kind of just rolling in, like I said, I did blow quite a few of my fundeds already. I've been blowing them one by one, kind of almost throughout the week, but I've been getting payouts as well. And so for those who have been following the journey know already, like you almost always by the end of the week, I made enough payout to 3, 5, 10x my investment on those accounts. So I'm very, very okay with it. Blowing accounts, taking drawdown, being in drawdown, it's part of trading. And you guys have seen me week after week on these streams showing absolute no emotion to losing. It is part of the game. I accept it. I accept it because in the end, I know that part of this is a game of probability. I will lose some and I will win some. And obviously, it's easier for me to be in the positive when I see that my payouts outweigh my investments, because that's obviously just good on the mentals. It is going to be harder for some of you guys. If you guys are still learning and starting off as prop firm futures traders, you guys are probably more negative than you are positive, and that's very hard to work around the mentals, right? But I'm just sharing with you guys as my 2 cents is that don't let the baggage of the losses affect the way you trade, because in the end of the day, the market doesn't care about your baggage, right? So I just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents on gold and on NQ and NQ. Okay, I'm actually gonna now switch up. So I'm just gonna switch up the screen here for a second. Give me a second, guys. And I'm saying I'm gonna switch up the screen here because I need to log out of my credentials here. So give me a second. I'm done with trading this account now. So I'm logging out of my 10-4 account because I'm done trading 10-4 now. I don't want to touch this account anymore. I've locked in more than I needed to already. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to log into my take profit trader accounts. So I've also blown my, I only have one funded left with take profit trader, and I'm pretty close to blowing that one as well now. So I'm just kind of starting to rehash some evals here just to prepare myself for the coming up periods. And for those who are like, Alan, man, you blew like 5 fundeds, and then you blew 5 fundeds the week before, or the week before that, I can't remember what it was exactly anymore. For all those who are kind of like, what the heck? Like, how are you even successful? Let me just show you some transparency here, okay, guys? I'm gonna log into my take profit trader dashboard, and I'll show some transparency as I always do, because I know in the space that we're in, there's always a lot of skepticism. But I'm just trying to tell you that, like, when I make these comments about mentals and management and ROI and why I do what I do when I trade, this is kind of the reason behind it. So now, so I'm logged in now. Okay, I'm gonna switch over, guys. So I'm into my account now. You can see here. This is a real dashboard. I'm going to go into my wallet. I'm going to go through the payouts, and you can see here already, this is just in the month of July. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one's pending right now. So when I say that I've taken more payouts than I've put into the accounts, that's what I mean by that. So for me, ROI wise, that's still worth it to me. I'm okay. Blowing accounts sucks. It does, right? But I know in the end of the day, what I'm doing is I'm focusing on how I trade, my methodology, and as long as I'm net positive cash at the end of every week, I'm okay with that, right? So hopefully that kind of helps build a little bit of understanding of why I say what I say. And I'm gonna hop back into the chat here and just take a look to see, make sure I didn't miss anything. before I now talk about alpha futures is the next thing, because I know that's been a big conversation point. So give me a second here. Mara, no, I don't risk 1-to-1 all the time. It really depends on the setup, the session, all of that. In the specific case of the 1-to-1 I just took, it's because I already made $2,500 on the day. I wasn't looking to make a great deal, and I didn't want to risk too much either. So, like, for me, the 1-to-1 just made sense in that trade. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate you. I appreciate you always supporting, even though it's so late for you. MDC, man, let's do it. Let's do it. Hop on the Project 365. Yeah, gold's been cray, man. Gold's been cray. Day 50s that Wednesday balance. Lots of hits. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Good morning, Dracula. Prathisham? Gaining weight, eating lots of rice. I don't have no idea what that even means. Do you think I've gained some weight? Maybe, maybe. I do eat a lot of good food. But I don't understand the question, though. ADHD, what's going on, man? I do set alerts, ADHD, I really do. That's how I make sure that I can pop back on the screen when I can. Hey, Josh. Shout out to Josh, my jacked man, Joshua Lee, passing his 10-4 eval. Let's go. Nice work. I will talk, Randy, I will talk about alpha futures in a bit. I'm going to give you my perspective from a business, like a business consultant's lens. Not even just the trader's lens, but the business consultant lens. Elias, oh man, I can't even pronounce your username. ILYESABIDI. Sorry, I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm not going to try. But I know what you mean. I just do it once in a while, just because I know it's just a thing out there, right? I just want to just make sure that you guys know when I'm talking. I'm speaking from a space of experience, right? I'm not just kind of talking on my butt here. How do you manage getting moved to live when you reach 5 account payouts? What do you mean by that question? You just move to live with whatever the proper rules are going to be. If you have the ability to move live, man, that's not a bad thing. Payouts are from Pro. Pro Plus, I think shows up on another part of the dashboard. Those are from Pro. Ed, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. MobX, yes, it does. It stops once you get above the buffer. What are my views on the MFFU rapid accounts? Yeah, they're pretty similar, to be honest, to TPT. No issue. I like them, and my fund of futures pays out fast too. Their system is very automated. Damn, Zach. Eastern time zone's gonna kill ya. A nice. I'm glad you caught that long, man. Right on. Weekend's good, man. Lots of just trying to get some family time in and catching up on stuff. Yeah, do it, man. If that's the case, man, stick to Tradeify. Stick to Tradeify, man. Masashi, Ohio. Ohio gozaimasu. Nifty Economics, thank you. Hey, Johnny. Yeah, right on. Our man, Hey, Johnny, in the chat. Locking above the buffer, requesting a max payout tomorrow. Let's go, dude. Nice work. John Nguyen, once you pass your account on 10.4, the dashboard's very live. You can activate it right away. The moment it shows that you're ready to activate right away. And if you have any delay or issues, just reach out to the support team. They're usually pretty quick. So put 4 trip on that comes another 5K total. I'm still figuring out the rules and options. Oh damn, yeah, that consistency rule. Okay, well, I mean, don't rush your process there, Angad. I mean, that's some good damage you've done already, but you're gonna have to definitely build on that. Aloha trader, 100%, man. Why you don't buy? I don't know what you're asking. If you're asking why I'm not longing right now, it's because I'm talking to you guys. I can't. I'm like, when I'm chatting with you guys at the same time, I have to pick and choose. I'm either trading or I'm also chatting with you guys at the same time. I already gave you guys my chart review. I talked about where I'm looking for, what I'm looking to do. So even if I'm not entering anything, doesn't mean you should be just sitting there in your hands, right? Like, do what you got to do with the review I've given you, and then build on to what you're working on as well, right? What's up, Sagar? Shami, besides Lucid, Tradeify, which, I mean, those are your most reputable prop firms right now with like a solid track record too. My Fund of Futures has also had a very solid track record. They were the first prop firm I traded with. I like Take Profit Sure because I trade with them right now. And then 10-4 is just the new guy that I've been, the new kid on the block that I've been testing out. Yeah, SMR, I would tread caution. I mean, it's completely up to you. I can't tell you what to do, but I tread cautiously though. Bought a few evals on your but unfortunately haven't received them yet. You bought the evals, but you haven't received them yet? What do you mean? Like, how's that possible? Like, you paid for them and you don't have the evals? I've never heard of that before. What yellow line, Yolindai? I don't know which one you're talking about. Why are you trading Nasdaq at low volume? Because I trade the NQ. I trade NQ in all volume, regardless. That's what I do, man. Much of my success is driven from trading Asia and London. Yeah, the dashboard is insane, Joshua. How do you take big payouts? You just take them. 5 accounts, multiplied over the course of time, and you get. That's how you get your payouts, man. Mos Khaled, I already did my whole chart review on this right now. I don't like to speculate on when and where or how long we go for, but like I said, if I were to look for longs, like a true reversal, I'm not looking for that reversal until much at a lower point. It doesn't mean we can't get it now. Essentially what I would want to see on the NQ at this point in time is I would like to see us reclaim and hold above the low of the channel here for like an inverse head and shoulder for longs. That's essentially what I would be looking for right now. Yeah, if the 1 hour closes bullish, I think that's a bullish sign for us for sure. Hey Sagar, reach out to them, man. They're pretty good about it. I'd be shocked if they don't get back to you sooner. And you've got my DMs as well. Hit up my DMs because I'll give them a push myself if that's the case. Because yeah, that's kind of crazy. Code Rake or RT work on Top Step? No, we are not. We don't have an affiliate code with Top Step, unfortunately. I don't think Top Step really does affiliate codes. Actually, I could be wrong, but I don't think they do really. Okay, so kind of caught up in the chat here, guys. Yeah, so Alpha Futures, man. I mean, like, you know what? So for all those guys for the past 13 weeks, but I've been on stream talking about how I don't like to build buffers. I like to get payouts, all that, and they were questioning me. Alan, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just build your account and then get a bigger payout? What you just saw with Alpha Futures and their premium account is exactly why I take my payouts. I will never leave my money in a prop account. Like, that is just not what I'm going to do. It's just, again, to each their own, guys. Like, you might want to do that because maybe it works for you, building the buffer, building your size, you know, building up the accounts, going live, like all that stuff. Like, that's totally fair, right? But for me personally, I would rather take my payouts, and this is why, right? I just don't know, and it's not even about whether or not the profit is going to be around. I just, personally, for me, if it's not in my bank account, it's not real. So if I have an opportunity to take a payout, I'm going to take it every single time, right? And it just, again, from a business perspective, it builds back my ROI, right? Whatever I've invested into the prop firm, I want my money back. I want my money back and more, and that's just the business mindset, right? So I think that's and foremost why I kind of do what I do. I think in a lot of cases as well, when it comes to any prop firm, Alpha Futures' situation right now is obviously stirring a lot of conversation. I just think from a business perspective, right? Whatever business you're running, you obviously need to drive revenue and you got to control your cost, right? And whatever it is that you're doing right now in your business, you got to have a good ratio. You can have a great product, right? And I'm going to use this for restaurants because I love the restaurant industry and it's my forte. But let's say you have a great product, your food tastes amazing, your customer service is amazing, but you're priced at a price point that is not sustainable for your food cost and for your labor cost, right? If you do that, it doesn't matter how good your food tastes. It doesn't matter how good your customer service is. Your business will die, right? There has to be a balance between what it is you're offering as a product and what you're doing in terms of controlling your margins, right? And so people will say what they want to say and talk about the fact that like, hey, well, like, you know, it should be fine and yada 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 yada. Well, I think that's just not how business is not built upon wishy-washy feely emotions. It's factual, it's data driven, right? Either the numbers make sense or they don't, right? And so I think in a lot of cases, although I don't know the prop firm space well from a business internal perspective, because I obviously don't know much about the intricacies around how to build a prop firm and all that, but I could imagine is that if you're not controlling your cash flow properly, which I imagine this is a very cash heavy business, you're going to be having issues. You know, you're going to have issues, you're going to run into issues. So I think for a lot of traders, whenever you see certain prop firms, let's just say like, you know, Tradeify, Lucid, these are like reputable guys. They've been around for a good chunk of time now, right? Same thing with Top Step, even though I struggle with Top Step sometimes in terms of I don't like the way the rules and stuff like that are. But the reality is that the rules, the policies, everything they have in place, they're meant to be designed so that they ensure that their business can continue to stay afloat and operate so that the good traders out there have an opportunity to take their payouts in whatever form they want, right? That's just the way the model works. And I think the way that we look at it is if we don't like that model, then trade live capital. Like no one's forcing us to trade props. It's up to us. I trade props because I like the leverage. I like to be able to pay pennies on the dollar and then get a dollar in return. Like I like the idea of doing that. But like, and I get asked this question a lot as a person who's made 7 figures trading prop firms, right? People will say, hey, well, like, okay, well, what if you run out of prop firms? What if all the prop firms are gone? What are you gonna do then, Alan? I mean, guys, like I was trading years before prop firms were even on my radar. I would just go back to doing what I was already doing, just trade my own personal capital. Nothing changes, right? But it's just the idea is that we have the vehicle today, we leverage it, right? We take advantage of it where we can and we make the most of it. But in the end of the day, no one's gunned ahead forcing us to trade prop firms. No one's gunned ahead forcing us to trade live. It's whatever makes the most sense for each and every one of you guys, right? And I think that's what it really comes down to. So I myself will continue to trade personal capital when it comes to options. I will continue to trade prop firm capital when it comes to futures for as long as I possibly can. Inevitably, when that time comes where I'm like, you know what, I've ran out of prop firms, even if it's not because they're gone, but because maybe I've maxed out with every prop firm I can possibly trade with and they're not letting me trade with them anymore, okay, all good. I will go personal capital at that point, right? So anyways, there's a lot of different avenues. I feel I can go on quite a bit of a rant on this conversation just because I am a business person through and through. So there's a lot of things that come to my mind. So anyways, hopefully that answers your guys' question and my perspective on that. I'm just looking at the chart right now. We're holding a interesting spot right now on the chart. Like I said, I'd like to see an inverse head and shoulder here on the 2-minute time frame, playing on some of the other time frames we've got going on as well. That might set us up nicely, which might give us an hourly bullish close. And if it does that, then we might actually have a potential move to the upside. Again, this is a little sooner than I want. As I made the comment earlier, I was expecting for us to at least come down into this area, the 441, the 371. That's kind of what I'm looking at the moment. So we'll see if we get down there. I'm not, again, can't speculate here. So either down here or maybe an inverse head and shoulder. If we lock in an inverse head and shoulder here, I will be open. So what 30 seconds left of this 5-minute candle. Let's see if we can close bullish here. If so, I'm open. I'm open to the idea of getting in on something. Just catching up the chat now. Excuse me. Uh, 10-4 is just one of the newer prop firms in the space right now. In the hand is better than 2 in the bush. 1 in the hand is 2 than 2 in the bush. That's an interesting comment. I've never heard that one. Can anyone film me briefly about alpha rug pull? Andrea, yeah. If there's, I don't want to speak on it because I don't want to use this platform to talk negatively about a prop in general. That's why I always want to just speak very broadly and generically speaking. But just hop onto the Discord. There's some things going on right now. Thank you, Nikki. I trade between 10 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time every 5 days a week. Do you think prop firms will survive for another 10 years? I think so, yeah. I mean, the concept of a prop firm. Do I want to take a stab at longs here right now? I'm just looking at it right now. You know, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Yeah, I think prop firms will be around. I mean, it's all about healthy business management, man. Healthy business management. The rules, the policies, the payouts, all of that stuff. They need to make sense, right? And I think that when prop firms, once they have like more and more successful live traders on their platforms, it helps, right? Like, you know, there's been conversations before in the past. I'm hesitating to say this because I don't really know if I should be sharing it, but like, let's just say, for example, a prop were to come to me and say, hey, Alan, I'm going to give you live capital, tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm like, you know, like the prop firm space that we see today. Can you do this? And, you know, we'll give you a cut. We'll take a cut. Imagine if I was able to do that. And hypothetically speaking, let's say I, as a live trader representing a prop firm, was able to then run up, you know, 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures over the course of a period of time. That prop firm will do well because I'm getting a piece of what they're making, and they're making the other big chunk of it all, right? And imagine if they manage to recruit bigger and bigger traders like that. I mean, like some of the biggest guys in the space that you guys have seen probably, right? And like I'm talking like guys who have been actually on like world stage futures championships, and if these guys are representing prop firms, I mean, like they make a good chunk off of that, right? So I think the prop firm space, again, I don't know it intricately, but just thinking from a business model perspective, I would imagine that it would benefit a prop firm to have some killer traders on their live so that they can make money off those live traders while still building up their business on the prop firm side as well. Like, and I think that's where like there are some pretty solid live traders. Like if you follow like Tradeify and Lucid, they share, and even TopStep actually, even though I don't care to trade with TopStep, they have it on their streams as well. You'll see that there are live traders on their platforms that are doing really well. And that's what you want. You want live traders who aren't here just to degen their accounts away and truly trade like real traders, right? So anyways, I don't want to go on any more deeper than that, but that's just kind of my 2 cents on that, man. PDP, you got it. You hopped in just in time. I just covered my thought process on it. Jay, I mean, I can't say, man. That's completely up to you, dude. That's completely up to you. I can't, I don't think it's right for me to suggest whether you buy or don't buy. But I'm not trade. I personally only trade with the props that I want to go with right now, and that's just not one of them right now for me. Alan, what's your usual leverage trading prop firms? Is set up by prop firm like a FIC one. So MDC, basically for me, like I kind of look at it as like I want to be able to get like a 3R multiple on my investment, generally speaking, right? So if I can spend, you know, $1,000 on prop accounts, I'd like to make $3,000, right, in payouts. And as long as I can continue that cycle, then it works for me. It makes sense for me, the R multiple, right? Some days and weeks might not be the greatest, but like all in all, that's kind of my goal. Preppy, yeah, red lines are kind of like pivot spot. I have like different reference points on my chart. Everything I mark for support and resistance are on larger time frames. Zero profits, yeah, I do. I have an Instagram. I have an Instagram account. Give me a second here. Instagram, I just put it in the chat, guys, for whoever's asking. PDP, oh really? I didn't know that. No, they're not bankrupt. They're just having some challenges right now. What's the like goal today? What's the like goal today? The usual, man. I mean, I like to get to 200 thumbs up, gang. If we can get to 200 thumbs up on the stream, I guess I should probably put that here. What's up, Cabron? I'm not raked, by the way, guys. Whoever thinks I'm raked. Azheng trades here, man. I don't know anything about Blue Guardian Pop Amaze. I have no idea who they are. Nice job, Jesse. Shout out to you, man. Anything can happen, Shami. Anything can. But I just say I think Tradeify and Lucid have really good models built out for themselves. Everything is all about risk management. Just like a trader, you got to manage risk. As a business, if you're not protecting your downside and if you're not managing cash flow properly, then yeah, that's just the frame of business, right? Big boy, I mean, I don't know, man. I hope not, but hard to say, man. Lyrics, I already did my chart review earlier on. You'll have to scroll. Just rewind the stream, my friend. How does VWAP work? Do you know what VWAP is? I guess is the first question, Precious. The phones are always listening, Zach. The phones are always listening. Tarona King. I don't have no idea what you're entering into, my friend. Nothing has started. There's no bot, no nothing. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if this hourly candle. Just got a 150K rapid eval with my friend future. They have 50% going right now. I'm thinking I just trade it the same as a 50K, but just increase the size. Is that usually what you do? Yeah, JDP, kind of same thought process, right? Like if you normally have a 5-point batting average or 10-point batting average on a 50K, you just size it up so that it equates to the same thing on the larger account. Same thought process. Precious, I literally just asked you the same question back. Do you know what VWAP is? Because me explaining VWAP is not going to do much good if you don't even know what that is to begin with. Because it's basically a volume weighted average price, right? So it's an indicator on a chart that just tells you that information. So how you choose to trade it, that's completely up to you. People will trade the rejection and the bounces off of those off the VWAP, but I don't think any instrument should ever be traded as just verbatim. You should always be running that with other conjunctions as well. Prince Amir, seriously? That's savage, man. That's savage. Why some people like you leave support and resistance? Because price always has interest. Just because price gets taken out doesn't mean it's no longer valid anymore. Thanks, MDC, man. I appreciate you. Bullish hourly close. Let's take a shot with the eval here. All right, give me a second here, guys. Let's see. What am I shooting for here with this account? 15, so I need 3. Looking for what? Give me a second. Yeah, JTP, you know what, that's just exactly what it is. It's a business, right? To your comment there, it's like, it's smart. Once you start to see that, like, hey, everyone else is like, you know, if someone else is bleeding, it's kind of like the you come out to pillage, right? You start taking out whatever market share you possibly can. It's like the restaurant industry. It's no different, man. No different. K and Q, that was the New York opening print also. So that's just my way of reminding myself that it's also a level and it's also a New York opening print spot. No problem, dude. You know what I'm going to do to manage this a little bit differently, guys? Even though this is just me, Val, I'm still gonna... PDP, man, if they approved it and it hasn't been paid out yet, you are probably going to be out of luck, unfortunately, man. Their Discord specifically said if it was traded with the premium accounts, specifically the premium accounts, if you haven't been paid yet, you're not getting it. That's literally in their communication. So even if it's been approved, if it hasn't actually left their accounts and hit your account, it's not coming out. They're for advanced accounts. Okay. Yeah, I hope so then, if that's the case. Hopefully you're in the clear for that. Yeah, one of my students actually got impacted by that. They were anticipating 20K in payouts. And obviously that's not happening anymore. Actually, the moment I saw the alpha news, I picked up the phone and I gave my student a call right away. And I made sure that he was mentally okay, because the last thing we want to do is to jump into a situation where like we start forcing trades and taking bad trades because of that. It's part of the game, man. It's part of the game, JDP. You sign, all of us, you guys like sign for it, right? When you sign those prop firm agreements. Yes, Artelcon. It's the end of day. Yeah, man, he was choked, but you know what? He's gotten a good amount of payouts out of them, right? Like at least he's gotten something out of it, but like it's just unfortunate because he had like 15K payouts pending from a week ago, and then today he was gonna request another like 10K. So like Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Anyways, he was obviously really pissed off, and I don't blame him, man. Like that's rough, man. Zach, from what I've seen, they said that they would transfer all accounts over to their other platform. Are we at 200 thumbs up yet, guys? We got 500, you guys. Welcome to Project 365, by the way, guys. For those who are hopping on the stream, I am going to be doing a 25K giveaway account with Tradeify, one of our most reputable prop firms out in the space today. It's got to get 200 thumbs up, guys. Missing 4 thumbs up here, and we'll be able to do the giveaway right away for you guys. I'm taking a stab at longs with this eval, by the way. I should actually, you know, I'm like looking at where the wick is right now. Just gonna move it slightly below the wick. I don't want to get wicked out, guys. I don't want to get wicked out. Yeah, Tradeify is a good prop firm. I've done a whole chart review, guys. If you guys are just hopping on right now, I've done the whole chart review already. Just rewind it back. All right. I'm going to get the giveaway started here, guys. Let's get the bot set up here. I'm gonna grab some water, guys. I'll be right back. 1 minute left, and we'll announce the giveaway winners, guys. Looks like we're going to get stopped out here. Failed inverse head and shoulder 2-minute trade here is essentially what it is. Shorts are looking good now based on that 5-minute close that we just had on the NQ. If this 15-minute bar closes bearish as well, then shorts are worth taking for sure. I only worry right now because of where we bounced earlier. So I would say right now for me, a long thesis on reversal would be based on my original thesis down here, 441 to 371 area. That's what I would be looking for. All right, let's pick the winner of the giveaway, guys. Fast Life 271. Buggy, I'm up for the day. Up for the day. Fast Life, are you here? Oh, yeah, you're here. Okay, awesome. Awesome, dude. I am gonna put my Instagram there. Send me a DM, my friend. Send me a DM on Instagram, and I will send you the code for the giveaway account after the stream's over. Pedro, I made the comment earlier on. I said that I'd be interested to see if we can hold there with some bullish bars and see if we can do an inverse head and shoulder on the structure of the channel. That was the whole thesis of it. So, failed thesis, all good. As I mentioned earlier during the chart review as well, we are bearish on the intraday trend. So, anything that we're going to try to reverse is going to be higher risk in general. All good, man. Bail trades. We'll do another one, man. Let's see if we can get to 300 thumbs up. We'll do another one. Thanks, man. No, I'm done trading the 10-4 account already. I already made 3K on that tonight. I shared that earlier. Right now, even if we take a look at the EF indicator over here as well, we can see that we are holding the trend line nicely and trigger line as well. So just that concept again of trading the short makes a lot of sense. Suave Futures, oh thanks. It's all good, man. Yeah, I actually say this on stream a lot. Reversal trades are actually the lowest probability setups. So you take your risk when you can, right? Obviously, I'm taking a trade on an eval, hence why I'm also sized differently in that regard as well. If we were traded funded, probably would have been a very differently sized position. And honestly, probably even skipped position even, right, for that matter, because as I mentioned during the chart review, right, we're looking at intraday weakness on the chart right now. And overarchingly speaking, there's a key long spot that I want to watch for, which was, like I said, down here. This was just an attempt based on how we closed on the hourly and 15-minute as well. That was making me see if it was worth taking an inverse head and shoulders stab there. Ruger, you'd have to reach out to them. I'm not sure if they have it set up. I'm not a copy trader, so I'm not the best person to ask that question to, unfortunately. Now, reversal trades, technically, if you read price action bar by bar, reversal trades have low probability, but they have high R multiple. So the idea of it is that if you do catch a reversal, you'll be able to get quite a bit. If you guys were on the stream that when I caught the long off the bottom last week, I mean, that trade, I caught 2 or 3 R on that, but you could have held for 5, 6 R if you really wanted to, right? So again, it's very subjective and really depends. Oh, nice. We're at 300 thumbs up already, guys. Nice work, guys. Good work. All right, well, give me a second here. I gotta put this in the tracker first before I start the next giveaway, guys. Damn, bodyguard. Just reach out to them, though, man. They'll make it right for you. Just get back. Just shoot support and response, and they'll make it right for you, man. You don't need to worry about that. You don't ever really know, and that's so Suave. I mean, I always say this, right? You don't ever know where the bottom or the top is. You can have your best probability of thesis based on the things you look at: levels, structure. For those who trade volume profile, order flow, like there's all these things that you can look at that give you a thought process. But I don't think anyone can ever really know where the bottom is, right? So. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the bot going here now, guys, and we'll start the next giveaway. Yeah, you just gotta type it once, man. As long as the stream thing picks it up, you're good. our support bounce on the NQ is pretty much exactly where our 5-minute failure to go lower opening was. All right, 4 seconds here. We'll announce the winner. All right, The Woods 92. Are you here? The Woods 92. You are the winner of the giveaway. You guys can stop spamming here. We already have a winner. All right, The Woods. Reach out to me on Instagram there, my friend. And I will send over the code to you after the stream's over. I'll do another giveaway. This one with a different prop room though. Giving it 400 thumbs up. We get to 400 thumbs up, we'll do a giveaway with Apex. In order for my short to work out, I really need this 5-minute bar to close bearish. Otherwise, I'm probably going to get stopped out. I will say my entry wasn't the greatest. When I took the entry, I did not look at the 5-minute bar there, and I was like, ooh, that was not a good spot to enter. And I say that because if you take a look at the 5-minute time frame here, guys, this bounce here is literally at the opening failure to go lower bar here. You see this, guys? So that was not smart of me, actually. I did not even see that when I was taking the trade. I would have not entered that trade based on that. I would have waited. It's not to say that shorts aren't valid, it's just based on that entry point, that was not a good entry. Spoiling the kids. Yeah, it was not a good entry. I was like, while I was doing the giveaway, I was looking at the one time frame, and then after I entered, I was like, oh shit, that was not a good 5-minute bar entry. I've committed to it though. I'm just gonna stick to it. Yeah, that is not the 5-minute close I wanted. Yeah, like I do think we can still go lower. My entry was just not a good entry there. We could be triggering now for the long. So we need to see right now in the 4-minute bar, guys. Basically, what I would want to see here is that the 15-minute time frame, I would want for us to take out the prior bar here in the next 4 minutes. If we do that, we can technically take the longs off the hourly trigger because we have an hourly bullish spinning top there. So if we can engulf this 15, that would be a nice signal for that. F indicator, we're still below the 5-minute trigger line right now. Top end here. We're still holding it at the moment. Nefsun, you enter buy for the top and sell from the bottom, and you know that. I don't get what your comment is for. Caps lock with explanation marks. Yeah, no problem at all. It's the FF indicator. It's the FF indicator. It's like a trend tracker indicator.
Waves of light paint the night. They ripple, they shimmer.
5-minute bar shaping up nicely for shorts for sure. That was just a very unfortunate entry earlier.
It calls me in. This dance is where we both begin. Heartbeat quick then slow. Feel the rhythm flow. Skyline glow. Skyline glow. Take me
I trade NQN gold. NQN gold. Yeah, it's been interesting. It's been interesting. Yeah, this is not the 15-minute bar that I would want if I was going longs, to be honest. It's not the setup I would want. Hourly looks bullish, obviously, so this could be like a retracement for us to go longs, but I couldn't trust this. I couldn't trust it, that's the problem. You guys are typing in enter right now, and I have no idea why you're doing that, because I haven't even started the bot yet, guys. Bot's not started, guys. I know there's 400 likes, but you guys, I'm like, I haven't even started yet, so I just don't know why you're typing already. I gotta set this up first before we get it started, guys. The cattle hourly chart. Big boy, my man. I am not going to be trading cattle, man. I haven't even looked at cattle. All right. The bot has started for the 50K giveaway with Apex, guys.
Neon skies above the ground, hearts collide without a sound. Every pulse a story told, in the rhythm we are bold. The night unfolds, it's ours to claim. The spark ignites, we're not the same. Starlight pulse, it beats for us. Feel the rush, feel the trust. Let it rise, let it soar. We're alive, we want more. Whispers echo through the haze, lost in endless cosmic maze.
35 seconds and we'll announce the giveaway for the 50K Apex account.
Is all we need to know. The night unfolds, it's ours to claim. The spark ignites. Starlight pulse, it beats for us. Feel the rush, feel the trust. Let it rise, let it soar. We're alive, we want more.
All right, we will announce the giveaway winner. Let's see. Hey, Gustavo, man, my man. Gustavo, you are the winner of the giveaway. Gustavo, my man. Nice, man. Right on, dude. Well, you know the drill, okay? Shoot me a DM on Instagram, brother. I'm playing off the 5-minute failure to go higher. We're respecting the 9 and 20 EMA right now. We're in a kind of a bearish pennant at the moment as well. The only thing I don't like is the hourly bar. The hourly bar is still a bullish signal right now, but I'm playing on the intraday weakness. I'm just cycling through my different evals as well individually right now. So oh, background music. It did stop. Oh yeah. Soundtrack's over. Gotta start a new one. Yeah, MDC, man. Like, honestly, I find that even for myself, right? Like, when I'm not streaming or anything like that, and I'm like not talking to anyone, it's just me and the charts. I don't take as many trades, to be honest, because there's just not a lot. Like, there's not a lot of opportunity that gets presented all the time. Like, you'll find a lot of B setups, right? Like, they'll come and go very frequently, but to get like an A setup or A plus, they don't come that frequently, man. Like, we can always say like, oh, we should have done that, we could have done that, but I think if we're being honest with ourselves and like going through the check boxes, I don't know if we're gonna, if that makes a lot of sense, If I was taking a trade position 20 minutes before the market opens, I'll usually keep my like expectations low, like as in like I don't shoot for as much, and I'll size appropriately for it as well, because like in case, like what I'll say is that like let's just say like my target's very close, like I'm very close to my target, and the market's about to open, I may just manually close it out, to be honest, because I don't want to get volume wicked out, like you know what I mean, like it might go against me really quickly, so I usually wouldn't do that. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be kind of my thought process on that. Yeah, what is it? Ed Garon. I'll tell you right now, during these pre-London sessions, I almost will say 1 out of 20 times an A plus setup presents. It's rare for me, just because the setups that I'm looking on multiple time frames, right? Like I'm looking for larger time frame confluence with my 2-5-15. I'm looking for structure. I'm looking for a key level, key reference points to reference off of. Having the indicators kind of work in my favor as well. Like there's a lot of things that I would, have to see that confluence for. And if we're talking about this pre-London session, it's quite seldom that actually happens, to be honest. So that's why like occasionally like I'll still, again, depending on the account that I'm trading with, I'll be open to taking stabs with certain trades, but yeah. The hourly candle is still the bullish candle. So that's the one we would want, obviously, for long purposes. Now, if this hourly candle currently closes bearish, then it might, for me, that would kind of invalidate my thought process of whether or not that bullish candle would still be valid in the scenario.
Stories untold, fingers trace the edge of time, searching for peace, a rhythm,
Gold's been doing interesting things as well.
falling slow.
Gold's at the 5-minute trigger line right now, actually.
Hearts collide where the soft winds go. In the echoes of the sunset, I hear your name through the fading light. Nothing feels the same. Every beat of my heart.
How you guys doing tonight anyways, man? You guys, any of you guys following the FIFA game right now? Is there anything like specifically, any specific team you guys are rooting for?
I'm finding the truth.
Gold buy or sell? I'm more bearish on gold than anything. I did the trade review earlier on. I mean, we're bouncing off of a support level actually from the overnight session. I'd like to see us hold beneath the 5-minute trigger line. What we could possibly wait for as well is like a rejection of the 200 EMA or VWAP if we wanted to, but session's about to open as well here soon. So we definitely have to tread carefully. Yeah, my kiddo has been obsessed with FIFA. He's been very big on like Argentina since Portugal's gone now. Rooting for England, huh? All right, on. Spain. Spain beat Belgium recently, right? I think it was. I'm not like too caught up with it, but after Holland, it's just anyone against England. Yeah, I don't follow soccer a lot, but is it true? Did France win the cup last 4 years ago? Is that who won? Yeah, my kiddo loves Messi. BF4. No, man, it's all good, dude. It's all good. We can't win them all, and you know, and that's just the thing too, right? Like, I know that in a lot of cases for these trades, right, I occasionally will take those B setups, right, just because, and you can say like, oh, don't take any B trade setups, just take A plus. If that's the case, to be honest, there's gonna be a lot of streams where I'm just not doing anything with you guys, right, and I would just be chatting, and I mean, I'm sure you guys don't mind that either, but I have to be cognizant of that as well, right? So. We got 15 minutes left at the bar here, and we look like we're trying to play into that hourly buy candle. NQ should be getting stopped out here soon for me. ADHD, yeah, I mean, I saw the sizing will depend on the risk, to be honest. ADHD, like if I have a stop loss that can warrant a bigger risk size, I will, but if it doesn't, then no, I have to just size smaller, even if it's an A plus setup. We're in that consolidation phase, man. Getting whipsawed, but sticking to my trade thesis. I mean, even after the stream, guys, whatever comes afterwards, I will say if NQ does come back down here, even after the stream's over, I would watch for a reaction. Like I said many times, that was the chart review that I was talking about, right? Nothing in this area fits the chart review that I did earlier, if you guys think about it, right? This is where we want to be. So that's what I mean by, like, if I was waiting for something, I would literally just be sitting on hands on stream with you guys, which I guess It's not always the worst thing to do that either sometimes, right? Like, sometimes the markets are just not offering anything good, right? So I get that too. Yeah, no, for sure. Notice that even in the past few weeks, right? Like there have been times where I've done chart reviews where like I don't follow them, and like obviously the trades don't work out, and then like later on, like after the stream is done, you'll see like, hey, what I said actually did end up happening. You just had to like wait for it, right? Which is in a lot of cases that's what trading is. I think that's what's hard for a lot of people, because for a lot of us, we're just eager to click buttons, and that might not necessarily always be the right idea. No, I don't watch ES personally. I don't play on the whole ES divergence thing. I know a lot of people do. Again, it's just I find that there's just a lot of things to look at, which is the reason why I don't. So, hurry up and wait. I know, it's true, man. It's true, Troy. Elaborate more on, are you talking more on the risk, ADHD? Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know, the mindset is what gets you through it in the long haul, right? Because there's so many strategies in the space that the mindset is everything. The mindset is everything. But I mean, you got to go both ways, right? You can't be so double down on one thing over the other, because the reality is that you can have a great mindset, but you have no idea what the hell you're doing. That doesn't matter either, right? I've said this on stream many times before. You can have a great strategy, but if you lack discipline, you're dead. You can have great discipline, but if you have no idea what you're doing, you're also dead. So like you do have to have a balance of the two for sure. It can't be just all or nothing on one. So ADHD, what I mean by the comment about risk is that like, let's just say that I have a setup. It looks beautiful. Like it's checked every single box on my playbook. And I'm like, you know what? I want to take this trade. I'm going to go long on this trade right now. But the thing is, in order for me to make this entry work, I have to, I don't know, risk 60 points. Well, normally if I'm like, I want a full size 3 minis on a funded, 3 minis on a funded for 60, that's a $3,600 risk. So the question comes down to is, well, am I willing to do that? And that's where I said sizing comes in. At that point in time, I would decrease my size. I would decrease my size if the point actually is that big, because I can't make that risk work. So that's essentially what I'm referring to.
Maybe we don't need the answers.
100% MDC.
Place where time slows after.
Jerry, hey man, that's great. If you found something that works, that's great. You got to remember that whatever you're trading in terms of your strategy, you got to back test it enough times too, right? Like for me, when I talk about like my A+ setups and what have you, right? Like I back tested like 4,000 plus trades, right? Like that's kind of essentially how I kind of came to that conclusion, and I forward tested a lot of them as well. So that's kind of where my mindset comes in with that, right?
Just you and
Taking a look at the gold chart over here. The gold chart does look like we're holding. We're holding that 5-minute trigger line that I talked about earlier. That was the 5-minute trigger line, guys.
fingers trace the sky so wide.
Ripster, which period do you usually trade, man? Sorry to hear that you've blown through so many accounts.
The sun melts slow into the sea, and I feel you here with me.
Trade what, man? Things are good, man. Things are good. I'm hopefully just getting this moving thing over and done with, man. Just like it's been taxing trying to like manage the whole selling, buying, moving house situation all while going through like because I've been like also teaching these past couple weeks too. So the flurry of everything, man. Yes, they did. Yes, they did, Sat. I saw it on Instagram. I know everyone was posting about it. Matt Gouda, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Do I like Chief Keef? What is that? What is that, bodyguard? I have no idea what that is. Mara Hark, no, when I move, I will not be in Vancouver anymore. So we'll see. We'll see, my friend. Oh, he's a rapper. He's a rapper. Yeah, I don't know who that is, guys. Ripster, man. I mean, here's my thought process. I think I'm gonna side with you on a couple of the comments you made there, and I think this is a very valid discussion, guys. Right? I'm gonna side with you on a few comments. When the comment where you made, the setups that are being presented today are not working in your favor, and you're right. Like that could be very, very possible. But the idea to say that the markets have been so bad that it's eating retail traders up alive, that's where I will challenge your thought process. And so why I say this, guys, for all you guys are watching, right? Like you see that I've taken losses tonight. I am unfazed, right? I am unfazed. Obviously, a little bit of part of it is because I like I said, from an overarching perspective, I know I'm net positive in my trades. So the negatives come and it doesn't kill me. And especially if I'm taking trades that are not A+, and I also kind of accept the parameter to that. But we got to remember that, like, if you're finding that your strategy is not being presented in a specific setup, just think about the fact of like, okay, well then why? Then why are you taking the trade? It's kind of like right now, right? Like I've taken some L trades and someone in the chat comment said, hey, you know what? If they're B setups, why are you taking them out? Just to wait for the A setups. And you're right. You're absolutely right. But that also means, and so sometimes I do take trades on stream, even if the position presents an opportunity, right? Might not be the cleanest, but it presents an opportunity. But a lot of times I would say that, like, yeah, if you're finding that your strategy doesn't work in this environment, there's only two options here. You either look for a strategy that fits the market environments we're trading in right now, or you just don't trade, right? But to say that the market conditions are not ideal for retail traders, I can't say that, because as you guys have even seen just on my streams alone for the past 13 weeks, I have had lots of success on the market. So you just, yeah, man, I guess that's my 2 cents, man. Take that for what you may, Ripster, but definitely don't, hopefully the mentals are being managed well, because in the grand scheme of things, me losing today, tomorrow, the day after, the week after, that's not what kills the trader. What kills the trader is not being able to actually have conviction to your specific strategy, playbook, whatever it may be, to be able to have consistency in your follow through and to be able to manage your risk appropriately. That's what essentially will kill you in the long run, right? Because I know people who have successfully achieved fast gains or fast success, but then they don't survive because they have poor risk management, because they get overconfident, they don't trade their plans anymore, like all those kind of things, right? So anyways, I'm hoping that helps, Ripster. And I also hope you take it as like friendly trader to trader banter here and not offensive, because I'm not trying to challenge you in a negative way. I'm just trying to help challenge your thinking in hopes that it helps build you up as a trader more than anything. What's up, GG Streams? Trading on a cruise ship, man. Living the dream. Danny Dulles. Hope you're enjoying your Alaska cruise, man. Oh, Marahart. Nah, man. If I move, I'm moving out of the province, my man. I won't be in BC anymore. Yeah, MDC 100%. You and I. You and I are on the same page, man. There's a lot of volatility these days, that's for sure. But volatility also brings opportunity, right? So, and yes, gold's rejecting nicely off that trigger line I talked about. Chasing trades. Hey man, that's amazing, dude. That's amazing. Have I ever been addicted to trading? I wouldn't call it necessarily addicted, right? Like I'm passionate, you know? Whenever I'm passionate about something, I will often, you know, put my all into things, but addicting implies that I can't stop. And that's not true. I can stop. At any point, I can say, yup, I'm good. Matt Gouda, intraday weakness, so bearish in that regard, but I'm still bullish on NQ. I'm not bearish on it. I'm bearish on gold though. Bodyguard. No, man, I don't have any merch or anything like that. That's just kind of like, that was a me thing, man. Andrew, man, my move will be actually to Alberta, and a big part of the reason why is for what I have planned. And so what I'll share is whatever I do in life, I never make decisions on this very moment in time. Everything that I've done in my life to get to where I am, I've always had a longer horizon thought process, 5-year, 10-year. And so when I make a decision like, hey, I want to move here, I'm thinking about, okay, when I move here, how is this going to affect me trajectory-wise for the next 5 to 10 years? So when I make this move, it's because I have a lot of plans with my family to travel. That's going to be a big one. Like, we're going to travel internationally 2 to 3 times a year, right? So why live in one of the most expensive cities in the world if I have no intentions of sticking around for a long time, right? The second thing also is when I think about what I want to do with family, I want more family time. And so the home that I can get in Alberta, while also being able to take more time away from the busyness of life, I can spend more time with family as well, right? So that's another thing. And then the other aspect of it is I'm working on a personal project, and I'll talk about it more in about a year or two. I know, crazy, right? A year or two from now. But I am going to be launching a foundation focused on youth development and funding small business ideas. And so I want to go down that path as well. So a lot of people would ask me, like, what have you been doing, you know, with the payouts and all that stuff? Why haven't you bought a Lambo or anything like that? Because I have a vision of what I'm trying to achieve, and it's going to require time and money and the right place, all of that, right? So that's essentially what my thought process is right now. I've got big plans. Let's just say that, right? So I guess long story short is I don't do anything for the short term. Any decision I make is a long-term strategy. And so that's kind of what I'm kind of building towards at the moment. Hopefully that, I know I could talk about this forever. I'm very passionate about like strategic planning and all that stuff, right? But hopefully that answers the question. How's NQ looking on the FF indicator? Not much, man. Range. Haha, nice learning. I'm glad you caught that gold trade, bro. I'm still gonna come back to Vancouver, man. Oh yeah, that's the other thing too. I'm also helping client expand. That's another thing too. I'm helping a client expand the business across the country, so that's also why I'm building onto the move. But no, I mean, I'm still gonna be coming in and out of Vancouver, so the whole no Vancouver thing, that's not true. I'll still be around. Ripster, man. Yeah, man. Hey, that's honesty, right? That's as long as you recognize that, keep working at it, man. Like, keep working on yourself. That's the biggest thing for you long-term wise. Do I think we can target today's lows? I mean, like I said, my chart review, I said that I'm looking for a bounce down here, so it's possible we still keep going lower, yeah. Yeah, chasing trades. Find your edge, stick to it, man. 3K, man. Sagar on gold. Damn. That's harsh. I don't know if that's going to happen yet. Yeah, GCs can be heart-wrenching. Thanks, Ripster, man. I appreciate your words. Zach, yeah, I've actually already put an offer on a home. But it's subject to sale, as in like I have to sell my home here first before I can move. And right now, people are struggling in Vancouver to buy. Like my home here is like worth like north of 1.6 million, and people can't afford to get financing for that right now. That's the problem, right? So actually, me buying is not the issue. Like I have a home secured already. It's like a custom built home, so that's already secured actually. But I can't move. I gotta sell my home here first. I don't blame people for not being able to get funding, man. It's like lending has tightened a lot in Vancouver because people can't afford things, right? So Marahawk, 100%. That's exactly where I'm going. Thanks, Agar. Yeah, man. Life with purpose, man. That's a big thing for me. Fast Life. I do both. I do both, man. Just reach out to me on Instagram, Fast Life. That's the best way to find me and chat with me to see what works. Yeah, Andrew, man, I know it sounds crazy, man, but like, and this is why I'm so big on like youth development. People always ask me like, why that? Why do you want to focus on that? Because when I was poor and I didn't have anything, it was because someone took an interest in me that helped me and guide me along the way, right? So I want to try to do that with as many of the youth as possible, especially in this day and age where I don't want to speak poorly about parenting, but there's a lack of attention and nurturing of children and the youth today, and I want to help kind of guide them to whatever level of success is for them. That's why that's a big factor for me. And believe it or not, if you met me when I was 15, yes, I would have had less experience, but I've been like that since I was a teenager, right? When I was 15, I was thinking, okay, where do I want to be when I'm 20? When I was 20, I thought about where do I want to be when I'm 25, so on and so forth. And that's exactly what has gotten me to where I am today. It's the constant, like, moving the goalpost, so to speak, having a vision, having a strategy, having a plan. And every waking moment that I wake up, I work towards that plan, right? And so that's, again, hopefully that kind of builds some thought process for many of you guys out there as well as you're kind of trying to figure out life for yourself. And yeah, Andrew, I know the food scene here is way better than Alberta, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good, man. Yeah, I live in Vancouver, man. Yeah, banks are tough right now, man. And yeah, I appreciate Matthias on your comment there about without stress. Eloise, I hope I'm not butchering your name, but much love. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I know. It's been good here. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. I know some bad B setup trades I took tonight. Not my proudest moments, but you know what? Just like I said, remember what I said on the chart review. That's really what matters. Like, that's what I look for at the end of the day. Technically, what I talked about in my chart review never presented itself today. So I'm just not interested. I attempted this for those guys who are just hopping on the stream late. I attempted an inverse head and shoulder within the channel, failed that. Want to play into the short, failed that. So some poor trades tonight, not the best, but again, I acknowledge that. Nevertheless, though, I'm still net positive cash on the month, the week overall. We'll see where this week takes us overarchingly, but yeah, just go scroll back if you guys haven't seen it. I did a chart review on gold and NQ. The gold has been playing out quite well from what I can see. But yeah, anyways, all things considered, as we go into the London session here now and you go into the New York session, let's take a look at where price is and see if we can respect this game plan that we had set up. But otherwise, this is kind of it. This is part of my stream at this point in time. I will be streaming throughout the week as well here again. So feel free to reach out, man. And again, I put my Instagram in the chat already, so you guys can follow me there and chat offline if you want to as well. But thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I will be back at it again at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time coming up here. So anyways, I'll catch you guys. Thank you so much for streaming in. I'll catch you guys later. Okay, guys? Take care. Have a good night.